All right. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back and we'll begin, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. All right, we'll do the announcements first. Get everybody on camera. All right, very good. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is December the 20th, 2022. The time is 10:49 a.m. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court first appearance, and I'm Judge Daniel Nagel. Before I meet with each one of you individually and go over some information, I want to cover a couple of ground rules and some blanket information for you. First and foremost, this is an informative hearing and not an evidentiary hearing. What that means is I'm going to give you information, all right? But I'm not going to ask for any evidence, and you're not going to be allowed to present any evidence about your case. So what that means is don't talk to me about the facts of your case. Don't tell me why you have a defense. Don't tell me why you have an alibi. Don't tell me why the police got it wrong. Don't tell me anything that involves the facts of your case, because it is being recorded and streamed on the internet. So that means that law enforcement has access to this. So if you say something and you give away what your defenses might be, guess what? They can plan for that. So do not talk to me about the facts of your case, because I'm not going to ask you about the facts of your case. All right. Also, the information that I'm going to share with you is the following. Number one, I'm going to let you know the charges against you and whether they are misdemeanors or felonies. I'm going to let you know whether a bond is going to be set in your case. That means for some of the charges or all of the charges. I'm going to let you know if there are any special conditions of your bond. The most common types of special conditions are a stay away provision from someone. If you're told to stay away from someone, guess what? It's very easy to do. Stay away from them. They don't exist in your world, okay? Because if they do, you go back to jail. Do not collect $200, and you're probably not going to get a bond if you reoffend, because then you have demonstrated that you don't pay attention to court orders. You also run the risk of picking up even more charges, such as a violation of a bond condition, which I believe is a felony. All right. So if you're told to stay away from someone, just stay away from them. That includes all types of social media, Twitter, Kick, Instagram, Facebook, Bumble, Twitch, whatever creative way that you think that you can communicate with this person. Don't do it, because again, you're going to find yourself right back in the Clayton County Jail. All right. Next common type of special condition is a no violent contact. No violent contact means that you can have contact with them, just don't do anything to make them think that some type of violence is going to go down. Yelling, cussing, screaming, kicking at the air, punching holes in walls, breaking things, throwing things, any type of behavior like that, just don't do it. Or guess what? Same thing, you end up right back where you are right now. Okay. The third type of special condition is to stay away from a certain location. Just like a stay away from a person, to stay away from a location is very simple to follow. Don't go there. It's out of bounds. It's not for you. Either I don't believe that you should be there, or someone else believes that you should not be there. It's a great big world out there. You can go anywhere you want, except wherever I say don't go. All right. If it happens to be a residence and you need some belongings there, we can talk about how you can go about getting your things the right way and the legal way. But don't just show up to the place and say, the judge said I could come and get my stuff. That's not how you do it. Okay. Also, I'm going to inform you of your next court date, which is your preliminary hearing. Your preliminary hearing is an evidentiary hearing. That's where you and your attorney can get together and you can present evidence in your case if you want to do so. It's also where you can make the state prove that you probably have committed the offenses for what you're being charged. It's not guilt beyond reasonable doubt. It's just probable cause. Okay. Also, I'm going to let you know if you want to hire an attorney, or if you want to represent yourself, or if you want to get a court-appointed attorney. All of you had an opportunity to fill out the application. If you didn't fill it out, I can only assume that you are going to represent yourself, which is probably not a good idea, or you want to hire your own attorney. If you want a court-appointed attorney and later on you change your mind, that's fine. If you want to try to hire your own lawyer and then you want a court-appointed attorney, that's also fine. We just need to know what track you're going to be on after this morning's proceedings. Okay. At the end, I'll ask if you have any questions, but remember, you should keep your questions limited to: what are my charges? What is my bond? Are there any special conditions? When is my next court date? And questions about your lawyer. Things that I cannot answer for you. I do not know the procedure for bonding out. Okay. This is what I can tell you about your bond. Around this area in Clayton County, bond companies typically charge somewhere between 10 and 20%. So for example, if your bond is $2,000, 10% would be $200, 20% would be $400. So it's going to cost somewhere between $200 and $400, give or take a little bit. This isn't a guarantee. This is just my observations as a practicing attorney over the last decade here in Clayton County. That's typically what you're going to look at. So don't ask me, how do you get a bond, or what requirements do they have, or can you get your friend to sign for you? I don't know. I don't control it. Okay. The other way that you can bond out is directly through the sheriff's department. Again, please save those questions for, guess what? The sheriff's department. All right. I have very limited power in what I can do. All right. Also, please do not ask for an OR bond or a signature bond or a recognizance bond. I have reviewed each person's cases individually, and I have already assumed that that's what you want, right? If you don't know what an OR bond is, that's a good thing. That means that you've probably never been through this process before. If you do know what it is, that means that you've probably been through this before and you wouldn't get one anyway. Okay, so please don't waste our time asking me if I'm going to give you an OR bond, because the answer is no. All right. Also, some of you may have some or all of your charges dismissed. That's a good thing for you. However, the statute of limitations on misdemeanors is 2 years, and the statute of limitation on most felonies is 4 years. Just because a case is dismissed at this stage does not mean that the state can't come back later on and bring those charges back. I have no idea whether they're going to do that or not. I'm not going to tell them to. I'm not going to tell them not to. That's up to them whether they want to do it. Some of you may have charges dismissed for, I'm not going to call it technicalities, because either the law is the law, and either it was followed or it wasn't, right? But some of you may have your case dismissed for silly reasons or officers not doing a thorough job. All right. They may want to fix that. So don't be surprised if that happens to you. I'm just here to do what the law says that I need to do at this stage, and then you're out of my jurisdiction, and it'll be on someone else to do their job. Okay. Now, lastly, I just need a little bit of participation from you before we start meeting with the individuals. So if I could get everyone to please raise their right hand. All right. Do you swear or affirm the statements that you shall make shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You can say, I do. All right. Very good. So now we'll meet with the female side first, and then we'll move over to the male side. Bradshaw. All right. Can you tell me your name, please?
Takia Bradshaw.
All right, Ms. Bradshaw, you were charged with one count of attempting or conspiring to commit financial identity fraud. The way that it's charged, it is a felony offense, okay? Your bond is going to be $3,000, all right? Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You don't have any special conditions other than to not violate the law moving forward, okay? You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can review your application to appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
You can just appoint me one.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Alicia Bibbins.
All right, Miss Bibbins. I didn't realize until I was almost getting done, but there's a gentleman on the other side that's here because of the incident with you. Is that correct?
Sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. All right, well, I don't know if he's listening, but hopefully he is. And then I'll tell you, I'll just go ahead and tell you that he's not to have any contact with you, okay? And then you don't have any contact with him. You, as it relates to your specific charges, you are charged with misdemeanor battery, okay? I am going to grant a bond of $3,500. Part of your bond is to be in contact with Natrell Whaley, okay? So just don't have any contact with that person. Do y'all stay together or no?
Yes, sir.
Whose address is it?
I'm sorry.
Whose residence is it?
It's his.
Got it. All right. Is that the Stratford Circle address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, then I'm gonna say for you to not go back to that residence. However, if you need to get your belongings, that's fine. Just make arrangements with the sheriff's department to go and get your belongings, okay? Until your case, and then, just don't have any contact with them until your case is over or your bond conditions are modified, okay?
Right.
So the sheriff's office knows they do this all the time. You can contact them to go and get your stuff, but it's better for you that you go there with law enforcement so there's no issues for you. There's no issues for him. Everybody's cool. You get your stuff, you be on your way and let your case be handled the way that it needs to be handled, okay?
All right.
Let's see, your next court date is on January the 10th. However, if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date.
Okay.
You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
You can appoint one for me.
Okay. All right, looks like you do qualify. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
All right, what's your name?
Clayton.
Okay. Ms. Flakes, give me just a moment. Let me get your. All right, Ms. Flakes, you are charged with, just a couple of driving offenses. On the no license misdemeanor, the bond is going to be 1,500. On the no insurance, the bond is going to be 1,000. So your total bond is $2,500. Are you going to be able to make that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. You don't have any other special conditions of your bond other than to not violate the law. And let me kind of educate you. If you keep getting the charge of driving without a valid license or suspending the license or whatever, eventually it's going to turn into a felony. And that's not a good reason to catch a felony. Okay. Not that there is a good reason to catch one, but that's the most ridiculously bad reason to do it. Okay. So I would suggest to you doing some research and figuring out how you can get your license back, because Georgia does not have a great transportation system. So you have to drive. You have to drive to get groceries, go to work, all that stuff. So I get it, but just make sure you're doing it legally. Okay. Next court date is January 10th, but you're going to bond out and you don't have to worry about that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Appoint one, please.
Okay. Approximately about how much do you earn per month?
Like $890.
Okay. Wait, run that by me one more time.
Like $890.
Okay, got it.
I'm on disability.
I see. All right. All right. Well, I will grant that request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, ma'am? Okay. Give me just a second. How do you say your first name?
Bellaton.
Okay, Bellaton. Got it. All right. And it's Cafe? Okay, got it. All right, ma'am. You are charged with one count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to set a bond at $1,000. You do have a special condition to not return back the 6370 Old Dixie Road. Is that a business or what is that?
That's my resident.
Is it a hotel? Okay. Have you paid in advance for that?
Yes, sir. It was just yesterday, sir.
Okay, but I'm saying you didn't pay for it like moving forward. You just paid for yesterday and that was it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Well, there's a lot of different places around this particular area that you can stay at. Just make sure, just don't go back to that one. I don't know the context of what happened and why it happened and things like that. But just, I would avoid that place, right? Well, you have to, but don't go back and make a scene and things like that. It's just going to be bad. Okay. Your next court date is January the 10th, but if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do? Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your?
Sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
I'm your woman.
Okay, I had somebody before you. Just a moment. All right. Miss Moomin, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of theft by taking. I am going to grant a bond in the amount of $2,000. One misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. I am going to grant a bond in the amount of $3,000. And one misdemeanor count of battery, civil battery, I am going to grant a bond of $4,000. So your total bond is going to be $9,000. Okay. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Andrea Bada. So, you know, I don't know who that is to you, but just make sure you don't have any contact with that person, all right, until either your case is over or your bond conditions change. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. But if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
For me,
Okay. Are you currently employed?
I don't know how. Now that I'm in jail, incarcerated.
Okay. I mean, assuming that you get out, do you have a job that you can go to?
Yes. The question that I have for you is.
Hold on. I'm not done just yet. I'll let you know when it's your turn. Okay. I promise. Are you currently married?
No.
Okay. Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
How many under the age of 18?
3.
And then have you ever served in the military?
No.
Okay. All right. The reason why I asked, because some of these questions weren't filled out. All right. I will grant the request for court-appointed attorney. All right. Now, what is your question?
How does the bond work? Do I have to pay that in full in cash or?
So, all right. I'm going to say it one more time. Okay. Because I went over this already. You can either pay it in, you could pay the sheriff's office the full amount, okay? Or if you go through a bonding company, right, they typically charge somewhere between 10% and 20%. So your bond is $9,000. 10% of that is $900. 20% is $1,800. So you're looking at somewhere between $900 and $1,800. That's not a guarantee. I can't enforce that, but that's just to give you a general idea of what it looks like. Okay. So a bonding company may say 1,500. All right. Well, boom, there you go. Okay. How you go about doing that? I'm sorry, I can't help you. I don't know, but I'm sure that there are numbers at the jail and there are people that can kind of help guide you through that process. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any other questions? Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
I'm sorry. I have one question.
Okay.
My vehicle is at my ex-girlfriend's house, which is in Giovanna.
Uh-huh.
How do I go about getting that?
Where are your keys? Where are your keys?
My keys are with me.
All right. Well, then, as long as your car is not parked inside of the residence, then you're good. You don't need to have any contact with her. Go get your car. Don't make any contact with her. Don't shoot her a bird or call her or anything. Just get your car and leave.
All right.
All right. Good luck. All right. What's your name?
Gina McWhorty.
All right. There's a gentleman that was here that was picked up with you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Who's that?
He's my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
Got it. Okay.
My children.
I'm gonna go over your case first, and then I'll tell you what's going on with him. Okay. You were charged with a slew of things. Let's see. Felony possession of meth, felony possession of MDMA, misdemeanor possession of drug-related objects, and then felony possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. Okay, so 3 felonies and a misdemeanor. Here's the deal. I'm dismissing all the charges against you because there's no evidence at all that anything that you had was either field tested or identified or smelled or looked or just anything about drugs. It just says, here's drugs. I have no idea whether there's baking soda or cocaine. I don't know. Officer didn't tell me. So they didn't do their job. So I'm dismissing it. Remember what I said, the case could come back. Okay. The other gentleman, he has some charges that did not apply to the drugs, so those are not getting dismissed for him, but he's not to have any contact with you. You can have contact with whoever you want to, but I'm going to tell him he can't contact you. So whether you still like him or not, I don't know. I don't know if you're a bad influence on him or he's a bad influence on you, but y'all don't go together. So I can't enforce anything against you, but I can enforce it against him. So just so you know, he's going to have that restriction. If you don't have any pending charges, then you'll be free to go in a little bit. They just got to process the dismissal and stuff like that. Okay. Do you have any questions? Oh, it's on mute. Okay.
He's the father of 3 of my children. Is there going to be any issues with him being able to see them or whatever? We have 6-year-old triplets.
No issues as long as he's not. Y'all need to, like, as an example, you just need to get creative. You can give them to a parent or a friend and then have them do it. I don't want to keep him out of his kid's life. That's not the intention, right? But you know, I don't have any issue with that at all. Just make sure y'all don't get together. Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions? Okay. All right. Good luck to you. Don't come back.
Thank you so much.
All right. What's your name? Wait. Is this Miss Nash?
Yes, young.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. This should be the last female, correct?
No, there's one more.
Oh, okay. All right. Give me a moment. All right, Miss Nash. I see. You are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. I am going to grant a bond of $2,000. Okay. I don't have so much paperwork just for a misdemeanor. Oh, I see. The other female. All right. You do have a special condition to not have any violent contact with either Henry Christopher or Christopher Henry. I don't know the first name. But either way, don't have any violent contact with that person. Your next court date is December the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do? Court appointed? Okay. Are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you ever served in the military?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you married?
No, sir.
I'm sorry?
No, sir.
Okay. And do you have any children under the age of 18?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, then I will go ahead and do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you. All right. Now we've got last one. Ooh. All right. What's your name?
Jessica.
Broussard.
Broussard.
Okay. Ms. Broussard, you are charged with a lot of things. I'm just going to go down each one, okay? You were charged in warrant ending in 319-306. You were charged with DUI less safe. The bond is $7,000. Child in warrant ending in 19-307. That's a DUI child endangerment. The bond is $5,000. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. The bond is $2,000. 19-308. That's child endangerment DUI. The bond is $2,000. Warrant 19-309. Theft by taking. The bond is $5,000. Warrant ending 19-310. The bond is $1,000 for loitering misdemeanor. Warrant 19-311, striking a fixed object. The bond is $1,500. 19-312, striking a fixed object. The bond is $1,500. Warrant ending in 19-313, abandonment. The bond is $1,500. Warrant ending in 19-314, no insurance. The bond is $1,000. Warrant ending in 19-315, stop or yield violation. The bond is $1,000. Warrant ending in 19-341, striking fixed object. The bond is $1,500. And then criminal warrant 55696, failed to report striking fixed object. The bond is $1,500. It looks like all of them are misdemeanors except the death by taking and the child abandonment. So the rest are misdemeanors. So you're going to get a next court date of January the 9th. Your total bond is going to be, let me see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17. That's 20, 21, 22, 5, 23, 5, 20. Oh, I missed. 9. That's 11, 16, 17, 20. I'm not a math person. I'm a lawyer, so I have to do this like 5 times. 7 plus 2 is 9, 10, 11, 16, 17. That's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 5. If I did this correct, the total bond is $26,500. Okay. That's a significant amount of money for misdemeanors, but as you can see, you know, some bad decisions on a day can make things very difficult for you. Okay. Your next court date is going to be January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do? It's on mute.
They appoint one for me.
Okay. All right. Are you currently married?
Yes.
You said yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. All right. Is your spouse employed as well or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know approximately how much he makes a month, or she?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all right. How many children do you have under the age of 18?
3.
Okay. Have you ever served in the military?
No, sir.
Okay. And it says here you're self-employed. Approximately on average, how much do you make per month?
This year I haven't nothing this year.
Okay.
But at around 400 or 500 a month.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that. Okay, that's fine. Then I will grant your request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, man.
All right, that concludes the female genre.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. give me just a moment, sir. I gotta take a quick timeout.
So, all of them is in, three is in one, so it's gonna go one, she's gonna be,
All right, we are back. All right, what's your name, sir?
Jeffrey Carpenter.
All right. Mr. Carpenter. Oh, you're here on a license charge. Bond, misdemeanor, bond is $1,500. Just like I told the other person, you know, you keep doing this, it's going to be a felony eventually, and that's a silly reason to be in Superior Court, okay? I mean, there's not really ever a good reason. Huh?
I'm reinstated now, sir.
Oh, okay, good. Well, then just make sure you bring proof to court with you, okay? And you know, I was going to tell you, do your research, but if you're good to go, then great. Just there's a website where you can check with DDS, and they'll let you know. I'm sorry, I have to take one more time. I'll give me one second. All right. Okay, your next court date is going to be on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you don't have to worry about that. Let's see. You do have the right to an attorney. You know, it is a minor traffic offense, but it does carry jail time potentially. So, do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want to appoint one for you?
I take a public defender.
Okay. All right. I will grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name, sir?
Najee Carter.
Okay. Mr. Carter, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of battery. I am going to set a bond at $5,000. You will have a special condition to not have any contact with Alexa Jernigan. Okay, so just don't have any contact with her, and you will be all right. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Okay, appointment for me.
Sure, I will do that. All right. Now, do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name?
Joshua David Nelson Chandler.
All right. Mr. Chandler, you were charged with one misdemeanor count of loitering or prowling. The bond is $1,000. One misdemeanor count of obstruction. The bond is $1,000. And then one misdemeanor count of pedestrian on roadway, the bond is $500. So your total bond is $2,500. Now you do have a special condition of your bond to not go back to 6980 Terra Boulevard. I'm assuming that's a business or a residence or something. Is that right?
Sorry.
All right. Well, you know, it's a great big world out there. You can go anywhere you want except there. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. But if you bond out, you will not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Take an attorney, but I thought I wasn't being charged with anything. I thought I was just in here for a BOP.
Oh, well, maybe that may also be the case, but they did a warrantless arrest affidavit, and I reviewed it, and there's enough evidence there. So, you know, you will have these charges. Whether they're going to take action on if you're on active probation or not, I have no idea.
He's coming to charges. So,
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Okay.
Hey.
Am I here?
All right. What's your name? What's your name, sir?
Cross David.
Okay. Mr. David.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. All right, sir, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of reckless driving. The bond is $10,000. One count of speeding. The bond misdemeanor, the bond is $10,000. One misdemeanor count of improper lane change, the bond is $500. And then one count of homicide by vehicle in the first degree. They have it written as a felony, and I can't grant a bond on that one. You have to get that from a superior court judge. So 6-1. Give me just a second. 17-6-1. All right. Sorry. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th. But you can't bond out. It says here on your application that you have a retained an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. What's your attorney's name?
Thomas.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Well, just let your attorney know that your next court date is on January the 9th and that he'll need to be present. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, sir?
Louis Jackson.
Okay. Mr. Jackson. You're charged with unlawful conduct during a 911 call. I almost dismissed it, but it's not my job to say what I like and what I don't like. And there's enough evidence there that you committed the offense. So I legally, I can't do that. But I set the bond at $1,000. Okay. Your next court date is on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I say go ahead, point one.
Appoint one? Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions? Okay, all right, good luck to you. What's your name?
Luis Lopez.
All right. Mr. Lopez, You are charged with one misdemeanor count of battery. I'm gonna set a bond at $3,000. You're to have no violent contact with Eric Lopez Gerardo and Soledad Gerardo. So just don't yell at them, scream at them, do anything like that. Your next court date is January the 10th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Somebody can pay for me, right? Going out.
Yeah, you want me to give you a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So
I
you
will
said
do that.
my bonus 3,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Tony McKay.
All right, sir. You are charged with various offenses. You're charged with one misdemeanor count of obstruction. The bond is $1,000. One misdemeanor driving without a license. The bond is $1,500. One looks like a decal not displayed or a tag violation. The bond is $500. One count of child molestation. I'm not going to grant a bond. One count of aggravated child molestation. I'm not allowed to grant a bond. One count of rape. Again, no bond because I can't give you one. And then statutory rape, aggravated sexual battery, and aggravated assault. All those charges, I'm not going to grant a bond. Your next court date is your preliminary hearing, which is going to be on January the 9th. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can review your application to appoint one for you. What do you want?
Got one point.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions?
The first three charges, statutory limitation on them.
You mean the statute of limitation? Well, it looks like the warrant was signed. Let me see. I know it's older. It looks like the warrant was signed back in 2017. I don't know if you just never came in contact with police at that time. I have no idea. But that'll be something that I mean, look, that's the least of your worries, sir. You got more serious stuff going on here than a couple of misdemeanors. So, you'll just need to discuss that with your attorney.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Give me just a moment, sir. There's a lot of paperwork here. What's your name?
David Morrell.
All right. Mr. Morrell, you are charged with one count of theft by shoplifting. Looks like the value is more than $500. So the way that it's written is a felony. Make sure I did this correctly. Yeah, 1-9. Okay. I am going to set a bond at $4,000. You do have special conditions not go back to 11075 Terra Boulevard in Hampton. I'm assuming that's the Home Depot. I'm not sure, but wherever it is, sure, just don't go back. Okay. Your next court date is January 9th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Everyone.
Okay, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
They said the bond was how much again?
4,000.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. All right, what's your name, sir?
Marco Meyer Jr.
Okay, Mr. Meyer, you were charged with one misdemeanor count of simple battery. I am going to grant a bond of $2,500. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Jonathan Dewberry. I don't even know if you know who that person is, so it should be very easy for you to stay away from him, okay?
I don't.
Okay. Very good. Your next court date is on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Give me just a second. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Appoint one for me, please.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
Sorry.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir. So great. All right.
Oh, okay, all right, sure. That's fine, that's fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Are you Mr. O'Grady? Okay. Give me just a moment. All right, Mr. O'Grady, you are charged with, I think all of these are felony offenses, the way that they're worded. One count of theft by receiving stolen property, the bond is $5,000. One count of tampering with evidence, the bond is $5,000. And one count of operating a chop shop, the bond is $5,000. So your total bond is $15,000. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I have a hired attorney. I have an attorney.
Okay. Do you already know who it's going to be?
Yes. Yes.
And who is that?
Layla Schmidt.
Okay, that's fine. All right, just make sure that your attorney knows, if you bond out, again, you don't have to attend your preliminary hearing, but just know that they need to file an entry of appearance and keep you updated on the progress of your case, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Austin?
All right, what's your name?
Post there.
Okay. Mr. Postel, you were charged with 3 misdemeanor driving offenses. Defective headlights, the bond is $500. No tail lights, the bond is $500, and no license, the bond is $1,500. Sure, you heard me tell the other people, you keep getting the no license charge, it's eventually going to be a felony. So do some research on why your license is suspended, get it back, because again, you have to work, you have to get food. I'm sure you want to have fun and things like that, but you can't do it in Atlanta without a driver's license. It's almost impossible. So make sure you get that handled so you don't keep getting arrested, because I imagine it's not fun.
Here.
I'm sorry?
The court date here, I came here, the court date, it was from before COVID, so they didn't have my address to send me the court date. And so that's, the hearing, I missed the hearing here in Clayton County. And I gave them my address.
Hold on. Listen, I understand if you say I missed a court date because of COVID, you don't have to explain anything to me. Plus, you're wasting your breath because I can't do anything about it.
No, I know. I was just explaining to you. I hear you.
I hear you. It is. I mean, I think we do a much better job than some other places because I've seen it worse for myself and other clients. So anyway, just make sure you just get it handled so you can get your license back and you don't have these issues. You do have the right to hire an attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
That's all I want, sir.
Okay. All right, do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir. I'm good.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. Get that license soon. What's your name, sir?
Purser.
All right, Mr. Purser, you were charged with 1 count of misdemeanor theft by shoplifting. The bond is going to be $2,000, and then 1 felony count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. The bond is going to be $3,000. So your total bond is going to be $5,000. Now, you do have a special condition of your bond to not go back to the Walmart located at 6065 Jonesboro Road.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just go anywhere else except there.
Yes, sir.
Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th.
Yes, sir.
But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire an attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I can change it later, I will, but for right now, I lost a kidney about a little less than a year ago, and I had a bad head. Also,
Wait. Hold on. I just want to know, do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want a court-appointed attorney?
you can do court right now. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's all the information I need to know.
Yes, sir.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name, sir?
Adam Robertson?
All right. You were here with Miss McElwain, correct?
Yes, sir.
Got it. Did you hear what I told her?
Kind of a little bit, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, let me explain to you, because initially you were charged with a whole slew of offenses, and so was she. I dismissed all of her offenses because I have no idea whether the police officer just didn't do a thorough enough job to give me the evidence that I needed. He didn't say he tested the drugs or smelled the drugs or looked at a book and said they were drugs or anything. So I dismissed them. Now I'm dismissing all of the drug charges against you as well. However, you still have the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon offense. That one, there is enough evidence for it to continue. And it is a felony offense, and I'm setting the bond at $25,000. You also have a misdemeanor defective equipment, which there's enough evidence of, and so the bond is going to be $500. So your total bond is $25,500. Now, I imagine that once the DA looks at this, they're going to ask the officer what happened to those drugs and whether they got sent to the GBI or what. So don't be surprised if those charges come back later on down the road, and they may come back for Miss McElwain as well. I have no idea. Okay, I'm just telling you, I used to be in the DA's office, and if I saw something like that, that's what I would do. Now, you, sir, have a special condition to not have any contact with her. Okay. Now, my understanding is that you share children with her, and I do not want you to not be involved in your child's lives. Let me rephrase that. I want you to be involved in your child's lives. Okay, I think that's very important. I think it's
I
good
am
for
very
you.
much so already.
Huh?
I said I am very much so already.
Good. Continue to be. Don't let this stop you. Okay. However, I don't know if she's the bad influence on you, you're the bad influence on her, but when y'all get together, y'all aren't doing good. So you can pick your children up from your parents, her parents, a sibling, a coworker, a friend, whatever. Just don't get around her. Okay. That's part of your bond. And don't get cute because however you think that you can hide it, law enforcement can figure it out. Okay. Now, your next court date is going to be on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. I am going to enter an order dismissing warrants 317, 318, 319, and 321. Okay. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
You appoint one for me, please?
Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay. I can do that. Now, I went over a lot of stuff. Do you have any questions about your case?
I don't guess so. Not directly, like, for this.
I got you. Understood. Well, just the takeaway from this is just don't have any contact with Miss McElwaney. Figure out a way to take care of them children, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you. All right, what's your name, sir?
Brandon Stokes.
All right, Mr. Stokes. You're just charged with no insurance. Misdemeanor, bond is $1,000. Okay. Next court date is January 10th. I mean, are you gonna be able to bond out?
It just depends on if the bail bonds will take 10% or not.
Okay. I mean, like I said, typically it's 10, 20%. So I mean, a couple $100, maybe worst case scenario, I think. This is a minor traffic offense, but it does carry up to 12 months in jail or a $1,000 fine. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want me to appoint one for you?
You can appoint one.
Okay. All right. Give me just a second. All right, I'm going to do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No.
Okay. All right. Just like I told the people with no license, man, make sure your car, you do have a license, but just make sure you have insurance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's a silly reason to get locked up. You don't want to get locked up for that.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck to you. What's your name, sir?
JaVale Vivaret.
All right, sir. You are charged with, here we go. No license. Guess what? You know what the bond's going to be? $1,500, just like everybody else. Insurance, just like him, $1,000. Invalid registration or tag or $500. So your total bond is $3,000. All right. Do I have to tell you the same thing I told him, or have you heard it enough?
No, I've heard it, but I got a question about two of my charges that they never looked at, and they shouldn't have been added, which is insurance, which I have, and registration I have.
Remember what I told you at the beginning. Save it for your lawyer, okay? Save it. Keep that between you, God, and your attorney. All right. Let them do their job. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you don't need to appear for it. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Appoint me one.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. You're right on the edge, but I'm going to appoint you one. Just get your license straight, man. Stop coming to jail for silly things like driving. You got to do it. So just take the time to get it right. Any other questions?
Nope.
All right. Good luck to you. Don't come back. Y'all can all go together and all get your licenses.
That's
All right. What's your name, sir?
Natrell Whaley.
Okay. Mr. Whaley. Oh, that's right. You were here with Miss Bibbins, right? Did you hear what I told her?
She can't come around no more.
That's right. For her part against you, she's not gonna have any contact with you. And she said it, the residence in Morrow is yours. So I told her, don't go back to that residence. But I did tell her to go through the sheriff's department so they can go with her to get her stuff. So don't destroy her stuff. Don't mess with it. Leave it alone. Just let her come get it, man. Let there be peace. All right. You don't want any issues. She doesn't want any issues. We don't want y'all coming back on some more serious stuff. All right. Now for your part, you are charged with criminal damage in the second degree, which is a felony offense. The bond is $3,000. You're charged with a misdemeanor criminal trespass, the bond is $2,000, and you're charged with a misdemeanor battery, the bond is $3,000. So your total bond is $8,000, okay? Now, you also have a stay away provision from her. So she can't contact you, you can't contact her. Do y'all have any children together or no?
Yes, we have a son.
How old? There's a delay between you and I speaking. So how old is your son?
He's 4 years old.
Got it. All right. I want both of you, obviously, I want both of you involved in your child's life because that's good for the development of the child. And it's also good to kind of keep you guys on track. So just like I told the other guy, y'all need to arrange for someone to be an intermediary, somebody to be a go-between between you and her as it relates to the child. Now, if you and her get your bond conditions changed to where there's no violent contact or whatever, y'all can do that later on down the road. Your lawyer will know how to do it. Hers will know how to do it. Okay. But just y'all aren't mixing well right now. So stay away from each other. Okay. But still be involved in your kids' lives. All right. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
You can appoint one for me.
Okay, give me just a second. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
No thanks.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, son.
Your Honor, we are done, sir.
Okay. Hey, I had an email from, give me just a moment, from someone this morning about, there were a couple of people that were, so I didn't know that you guys are going back to OR and certain charges and stuff like that, but I got an email saying that there were 2 people that were on for yesterday, but they were still showing 1 charge. Are they gone or what's going on?
Who those persons are, Your Honor?
Micah Harvey and Christopher Reed. I'll respond back to the email that I got because I was informed that they were going to be on today as add-ons, and I saw them, but I don't have any either. I mean, I have a submittal documents, but I don't have a plan application form. I don't have a bond form form, so I'll just respond back to the email and see. But I'm doing first appearance tomorrow, and so
Yes,
if we
Your
can
Honor.
get them on tomorrow and get them knocked out, that'll be cool.
Okay, you said Micah Harvey. What's the other person?
Christopher Reed, R-E-I-D.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll have them tomorrow for you, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. And just let them know that we'll need the court-appointed applications for them as well. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, appreciate it, fellas. Y'all have a nice day.
Thanks, Your Honor. You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Take care.